We're officially 43 days into this government shutdown, and it is not getting any easier if you are taking a flight soon. While Congress is finally getting close to possibly ending the shutdown, the FAA just increased their flight cuts to 6% at 40 major airports. That does include Sky Harbor, where David Chasanov is this morning. David, it has just been remarkable to watch the number of cancellations and delays that we have been seeing every single day at Sky Harbor.
Yeah, it really has, Justin. Good morning. On Monday, we saw close to 500 disruptions. That was just that morning alone. I mean, just a ridiculous situation. You certainly don't envy anyone going through this situation, but we're by the A gates here in Terminal 4. Just a small example for you at some delays and cancellations we're seeing so far. At least a handful on this board right here, and then to your right, you'll notice too a cancellation and a delay to Houston. Now, like I said, just a small example, because across the airport there are 46 cancellations at this point in time and about 9 delays. And Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says, unfortunately, this is going to get worse by the end of this week.
You're going to see this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The big disruption thus far, massively more disruption as we come into the weekend if the government doesn't open. It is going to radically slow down. So the House has to do its work.
Yeah, time is really critical here because the FAA says they plan to increase their flight reductions to 8% on Thursday and 10% by Friday. However, some reports say the FAA remains in talks with airlines about what cuts are exactly necessary. And records show the U.S. has seen thousands of flight cancellations since last Friday when the FAA began enforcing their reductions at 4%. And Duffy says while the government shutdown continues, he's worried about safety and travel disruptions.
We are concerned about people having flights delayed and having their flights canceled. That's a problem. But that is a secondary problem to safety. Safety is the number one issue. I want you to get safely to where you're flying. That is issue number one.
Yeah, a lot is at stake here. We're now joined by Rhea Cox, who is actually heading to Japan this morning. Safe travels to you. How worried are you about your flight being impacted?
Yeah, it's pretty stressful not knowing if my flights are going to be the ones that could be delayed or even canceled. It would just be really stressful and, unfortunate, especially as the holidays are approaching.
Absolutely. Have you heard of your friends or family, facing these impacts recently?
Yeah, actually, my family, all of us, the 3 of us have been trying to move and travel to multiple countries just within the past few days, and that's also just been very stressful not knowing if they won't be able to even get to their destinations as well.
Well, hopefully no more disruptions. Really appreciate your time. Justin, we'll send it back to you. We're in Phoenix. David Chasanov, 12 News to DNAZ.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, David, for that update there.